Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, which is entitled as Sannyasa Yoga, Sloka 14 and 15, Part 16. Adhiṣṭhānaṁ tathā kartā, karaṇaṁ ca pṛthag-vidham, vividhāś pṛthak ceṣṭā, daivaṁ caivātra pañcamam, śarīra-vāṅ-manobhir karma prārabhate naraḥ, nyāyyaṁ viparītaṁ pañcaite tasya hetavaḥ. The place of action, the body, the performer, the various senses, the many different kinds of endeavor, and ultimately the Supersoul. These are the 5 factors of action. Whatever right or wrong action a man performs by body, mind, or speech is caused by these 5 factors. As part of the subject, who is the doer, who is responsible for all the actions that takes place, by narrating a story that been recorded in Mahabharata, a conversation between a Brahmana woman by name Gautami and a hunter by name Arjunaka. The lady's son was bitten by a serpent, and the hunter wants to punish the serpent, and Gautami doesn't want to punish the serpent. So there has been a serious conversation between both of them, Gautami and Arjunaka. One doesn't want to punish, whereas the other one wants to punish. As the conversation was getting heated up, the serpent, who was painfully bound with a cord, slightly made movements and brought its composure with great difficulty and started speaking slowly in a human voice. Now let's hear the conversation between the serpent and the hunter. The serpent said, "O foolish Arjunaka, what fault is there of mine? I have no will of my own, and I am not independent. I am not swatantra, I am paratantra. I am completely dependent. The killing of this boy was not decided by me. I was just forced to do so. So the fault is of not mine. You have to talk to the one who made me do this act." The hunter was surprised because he witnessed the whole thing that happened, but he did not see a third person. So he was asking the serpent, "Who was the person who made you to do this?" And the serpent said, "It is Mrityu Devata. By his direction, I have bitten this child, and not out of any anger or choice on my part. Therefore, if there be any sins, and that's not of mine, it should be Mrityu Devatas." As we earlier in the introduction discussed, that there are 3 Devatas: Mrityu Devata, Kala Devata, and Dharma Devata. Mrityu Devata is the one who takes the life out of the body. Kala Devata sets the time, and Dharma Devata rewards that Atma according to its karma. That is, he gives the judgment. Now, the serpent said, "It is not me, it is Mrityu Devata who made me to do this one, and I did under his direction." Hunter said, "Though this evil act was planned by Mrityu, nevertheless the involved parties are to be punished as well." And the hunter gives an example. To make an earthen pot, it requires wheel, a rod, and other things to produce the final result called clay pot. So, you are also part of this evil game. The serpent said, "O hunter, all that you mentioned are not independent. The wheel, rod, and other items that used for making a pot are not independent causes. Even so, I am not an independent cause. Therefore, this is no fault of mine. Therefore, I should not be punished. I do not deserve death on this account, nor am I guilty of any sin. Even if you still think it is a sin, then the sin lies in collection of many causes." But the hunter said, "If you think you are neither the prime cause nor the doer, the agent in this matter, but you are still the cause of the death of this child. Therefore, you certainly deserve death. What more do you think?" The serpent said, "For an effect to be in place, for an effect to be produced, there should be a cause. Without a cause, there cannot be an effect. If you think I am the cause of this boy's death, then for me to do this act, there should be another cause which insisted me to do this act. Then the guilt of this act of killing this boy rests not on me, but on the shoulders of another cause who made me to do this." The angry hunter said, "O foolish one, why do you talk so many words? You are an evil one. After doing such a sinful act of killing an innocent boy, you speak so much? You deserve death at my hands." The serpent said, "O hunter, when a priest performs a yaga or yajna for the host, it is not the priest who gets the merit by doing that. It is the host who requested the priest to do that one. Therefore, it is the host who gets the merit, not the priest. Though I may be the direct cause of the death of this boy by biting him, I do not get any reaction for that, because this is of not my own choice." As this conversation between the hunter and the serpent was going on, hearing his name is being called out, Mrityu Devata personally came to the spot and started speaking. "O serpent, it is neither I nor you the cause of this child, because I am not independent. I am not swatantra, I am paratantra. Like how the clouds are tossed hither and thither by the wind, I am also like the cloud being tossed by someone else to take the life of this boy through you. So I am not responsible either." Listening to this conversation, the hunter further became bewildered. All he saw when this event took place was the serpent biting the boy, and of course the mother who came later. He never saw the Mrityu Devata or the other person that Mrityu Devata is mentioning. Mrityu continued its conversation. "I am not independent. I am always guided by Kala Devata. Under the dictation and direction of Kala Devata, I do my job. Therefore, understand, I am not independent. Like how you are not independent, I am dependent on Kala Devata. Like how you were dependent on me to do this act. Let me tell you something. everything is being influenced by kala, the time, and the attitude are of sattva, rajas and tamas are also provoked by kala. All the creatures, whether they are movable or immovable, in heaven or in earth, are influenced by kala. The whole universe is imbued with the same influence of kala. The actions, the inactions are also influenced by kala. The sun god, the moon god, water, wind, fire, sky, earth, rain, vasus, rivers, oceans, everything, whether it is sentient or non-sentient, are created and destroyed by kala, the time. By now we should be clear that this which has been said, that everything is being created and destroyed by time, does not mean time does directly. It is Krishna who as time does these things. We have learned this one in the previous chapters, where Krishna said, Kalosmi, I am the time. So the Mrityu Devata said to the serpent, why do you blame me? I cannot be the cause. I cannot consider me to be guilty. And the snake said, I do not blame you, O Mrityu, nor I am free for the guilt of being blamed. All I know is you, under your direction and influence, I did my job, my action. If any blames attaches to kala, it is not my job to do investigation. As I only know you, I don't know the Kala Devata, and it is not my right to question Kala Devata, as I am not directly involved in the deal between you and Kala Devata. Hearing to this conversation between the serpent and Mrityu Devata, the hunter said, I have carefully listened to your conversation, and I can understand that it's just not the serpent, it is also you, Mrityu Devata, who's cause of this boy's death. Therefore, both of you should be punished at this time. Mrityu Devata said to the hunter, understand, we both are not free agents, but are completely dependent on Kala. We simply execute the work that's been assigned by the Kala Devata. So you need to consider the situation carefully and thoroughly. We both do not deserve any punishments or blame by any means. While this conversation was going on, the Kala Devata arrived at that scene and started speaking to the assembled parties over there. The first thing that Kala Devata said was, what is the benefit that I get by the death of this child? Neither I get any rewards, gains, nor the Mrityu, nor the serpent. Therefore, neither Mrityu, nor the serpent, nor I should be guilty of the death not only of this boy, but of any creatures. The rule is that if one doesn't get any benefit out of an action that has been performed by that person, then he can't be the cause of that action. In other words, if I am getting a phalam, a fruit, that means I must have done an action. Otherwise, I'm not going to get some reward like that. So the benefit goes to the person who did the action. Therefore, he is the cause, and he is the cause of that action. For me, if this boy lives or he dies does not benefit me at all. Likewise, if he lives or dies, it's not going to benefit the Mrityu Devata either. Also, whether he lives or dies, it doesn't benefit the serpent either. So, you need to figure out who is the one who benefits out of this event that took place. Because none of us are going to get any benefit by this, neither I, nor Mrityu, nor the serpent, not even this mother, could be the cause of death of this boy. The hunter was really confused and was thinking who else it could be, because the people who are present here are only these people: the mother, the serpent, Mrityu and Kala, and of course the dead boy. But he though is dead, therefore he can't be the cause. But the Kala Devata said the real benefit goes to the boy, to none of us. Therefore he is the cause of his death. Hunter, who was perplexed, asked, how is that possible? He is dead. How can he gain any benefit by dying? It is like you want to serve a very palatable dishes to someone. You cooked everything. It took longer time. By the time you brought everything to the table, that person has already left. Then what is the use of serving? Whom are we going to serve? Because that person is gone. Likewise, the hunter is thinking, how is that this boy is going to gain any phalam, fruits, by his death? Is gone. So the hunter was asking, how is that possible for a dead boy to gain any benefit? Kala Devata said, leaving his body itself a benefit, a prayojana. Hunter further confused. What benefit will he get by dying? Let's hear from Kala Devata in our next session to find the answer. Namaste. Hare Krishna.